Hello and welcome. Welcome to Dragon Memoria. Yay! What are we doing tonight? Don't worry, it's not a solo adventure with only Remy. Uh, Audience and Fisher are there. Audience just went to get some more tea, and Fisher is emptying his tea tank. He sent us a message saying he was stuck in the bathroom, so should be there momentarily. So, tonight, it's our Dungeons and Dragons night. Live, if you're watching this on Wednesday. Rebroadcast if you're watching this on Friday. For publicity, if you like the thunderstorm in the background, that's Ambient Mixer. If you like the battle map, that's Dungeon Alchemist. If you like the world map, it's Wonder Draft. If you like the towns map, it's Canvas of Kings, which I think got an update on Steam recently. Added a bunch of new possibilities, and I think now you can build your own plots. So, sorry. For example, they used to have this thing where you just would underline a section of the map, and trees would just appear. Well, apparently now they're doing the same thing with village plots. So hopefully that's going to be nice and it's going to work eventually. Hey, Fisher!
I am here.
Didn't get the chance to do the sound test before we started, so if anyone can tell me if the sound is good on Twitch, that would be very helpful.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, good. Well, more precisely, can you hear yourselves?
Yes.
Okay, good. Alright. So, where is it? Here we go. What happened last episode?
I can't see us.
Oh, sorry. That's because I changed the camera and forgot to update. Right. Well, it's good if it can't see you, but it can still hear you. That means that one of my safeguard that I've placed works. So at least there's that. I think we can lose the visual, the video, and as so long as Discord can hear you, I think we can still hear you in the stream. So it's always fun to know that it's working as intended. Come on. Alright, so last episode. Well, the party held strong. The enemy were pushed back and both sides regrouped to prepare for a second assault. Having succeeded in demoralizing a large portion of the enemy army, the besieged... the besiegers, okay, were forced to reevaluate their remaining resource. Having the ability to spy on their enemy, our heroes created a plan which involved most of their allies sneaking out and on board the enemy flying ship and either try to hijack or crash it. The plan worked and the ship was secured, then turned on the enemy. With their armies and plans shattered, the besiegers fled the battle, humiliated. An army was pushed back by these guys and their friends. Victory seemed to be in reach. However, one more challenge appeared on the battlefield. The most dangerous and powerful hero of the Garden, Core. An attempt was made to try and avoid this seemingly unwinnable fight, but it only seemed to amuse Core. make him more eager to start this fight. Alright, well, let's see how our hero try and solve that little unsolvable problem. Unfortunately, I can't play Final Fantasy music for this, so we're gonna have to go with this music. We left off after the second turn. Fisher managed to delay Core from entering the fort for one more round. Then he just jumped over and attacked the dome once. Second turn, everyone started to attack Core. And we are back at the top of the initiative right now. So, what do we have inside of the fort? You told everyone to step away. Jorg is there. Remy is there. We got... Okay, they're here. Oh yeah, that's right. Magna, that's her initiative. And Sierra tried to use one of her arrow to vaporize him, but he just dodged it. Alright, audience, you stepped in front of Core. So, as this round starts, and of course, Core has the highest initiative. Alright, so first off, I want to say, audience, this is not me using your skills against you. This is flavor description.
Okay.
So you're there in front of Core. Fisher just tried to taunt him. You trained yourself to be attentive to every single detail, to make sure that if an enemy attacks anything else but you, you see that little moment of loss of concentration, making it so that you can just take advantage of it and strike at him. Core doesn't seem to be lacking any focus. He just turns his head toward Fisher and says, after the taunt you gave him last episode, he says, "Well, if you want to do something, you're gonna have to come down here. Real warriors are doing something important here." And as he does that, you do not know how that happened. You probably had at the back of your mind the same little reaction that you had there. Ah, come on. He never misses one. You don't know what happened. His head turns back toward you, and you feel the shaft of his glaive slide between your sword arm and go under it, and you recognize the movement as being someone trying to arm lock you.
Okay. Is that a contested strength
Yes,
roll?
he is grappling you, but using his weapon to grapple you.
What is that? Strength saving throw?
Grapple.
Or no, just
It's
contested. Contested.
Yeah, contested.
Yeah,
Competing
Dexterity,
athletics,
athletic or acrobatic.
Oh, I
Okay.
should do athletics. I'll just add doesn't matter. I rolled terrible anyway. It would technically be a 15 because I would have done athletics, but that probably won't be enough.
No, the dice itself is 16, so that I just rolled.
Not to be a stickler, but this
Yep.
is the first D20 roll that you've made since I used
have
silvery
advantage.
barbs, so you actually have advantage on the roll.
Oh, I do have advantage.
All right.
What do I need to beat? Is it even possible? Or do I need a nat
Yes.
20?
Is it possible? Yes.
Without a nat 20.
Uh,
I have
what-
a plus 10 to athletics.
Yes, it is possible without a natural 20. It's
Okay,
really
I'll see what I can
hard,
get.
but it's possible.
26.
26.
You also have your.
Oh,
Did
D10.
you, or did you? Did you?
No, I
use
did
it?
not. I did not.
Yeah, we
I
also
will
have
use my
bardic
D10.
inspiration.
I will use my D10. 28.
28. All right.
28, baby. Let's go.
Okay. Which means... Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. 28. Almost forgot about one thing. 6, okay. Unfortunately, it's just under it. He beat you at 30.
Damn.
You feel
fair.
his strength in this, and immediately you can recognize that he is stronger than any barbarian you've ever met, and you're a dragonborn, so you've met quite a few in your own village.
Blade Master, right? Not Barbarian.
No, barbarian, because barbarian are the ones who can reach higher than 20.
Oh, he's stronger. Oh, he's stronger than
He's
any barbarian. Okay,
he's
got it,
stronger
got it,
than
got
any
it.
barbarian you've ever seen.
Okay.
Nearly unnatural strong. Nearly. But there's that little thing in your mind saying, oh, well, that doesn't feel like it's completely impossible to beat him in a raw strength competition. It's just highly unlikely.
I hold my own. There's
So-
resistance.
The shaft of his glaive slips under you, and he grapples you using it. He then forces your body down slightly, and you feel his knee connect right into your stomach. And a very familiar thing happens. But, last time it happened, it probably hurt more. You don't know if it's because you've grown stronger or just because you were expecting this in some way. Relatively speaking, it doesn't hurt quite as much as last time. That's because you have more hit points now, so...
Makes sense.
Okay, I need to free 2 dice. And there's no way I can free another dice with this. Alright, so... Can I have one other one? Just one more. Ah! Oh, I forgot. I have those transparent ones. Alright. So... That's the alarm attack. The actual hit from the knee doesn't hurt all that much. It's still 22 points of bludgeoning damage that hits you in your guts, then followed just half a second later by the thunderous explosion that you know a little bit too well.
How much is that?
How many hit points do you have left?
123.
Okay, good. 72 points of thunderous damage just pour inside of your guts. It feels like your intestines have tried to leave your body through your little hole behind it.
We're still up, boys.
With your voice that probably sounds like this right now, he looks
He
at
hit you so
you.
hard he gave you dysentery.
Just a warning.
Technically, I've been hit by this before, so. I'm,
So I just want
sorry.
to. I just want to say, technically speaking, if you pee blood tonight, it's normal.
yeah.
He looks at you dead in your eyes and headbutts you
Ouch.
with a 26 to hit.
Damn, that will just hit. I may go down, boys. We'll see. I don't know if he can do it twice in a round.
Well, it is a resource ability using that. So just for because he's trying to get inside and he knows that there's probably another fight, you have a chance there that he's gonna hold back, and you realize when he headbutts you once for 20 points of bludgeoning damage that he is deciding to hold back. Although there is one last hit that comes. Oh. 24.
Let's go.
The last
My
one
AC is high
because
enough to dodge one attack.
the last one because your head is so, cottony after that blow. It probably has blood coming out of your nose. Your head follows his attempt to headbutt you, and you barely feel it as your head cocks back like this.
Is the stream?
He takes a moment to lean forward, audience, and you hear him whisper, "You stood your ground against me. I respect that." And he lets you go.
What if I don't let me go? What if I try and keep him grappled?
You can... If you want to try that, I would allow you to use your reaction to try and keep the grapple.
I am gonna use my reaction to try. As he tries to go away from me, I'll be like, "Oh no, we're locked together now, buddy."
He doesn't try to go away. He just lets you go.
All right, audience is
gonna
not
have-
gonna let. Audience is in his fuzzy state. He's gonna be like almost unconscious, but he's gonna be just like gripping him. Like, no, we're locked in together now. I'll roll.
He doesn't.
We're going to make passionate love together. I mean, fight.
Yeah.
Fight.
Okay, that is a. I don't get advantage anymore. So like 17.
17.
These are the kinds of dreams that Raimi wishes he could have.
He doesn't even try to resist you. On the contrary, he smiles. The way that he smiles, it's sort of a brief moment where you look at him and you can almost hear the thoughts behind in his mind say, "I respect that." All right. Next one in the initiative is Audience and Jorg with 20s. Is that it?
Okay.
Yeah.
I think George is going to, seeing audience about to pass out, try and keep him in it and cast heal on audience with his 7th level slot. So you get 80 hit points back.
80 hit points back. All right, let's go.
Jorg is in a tower right now.
Is heal ranged or touch?
It's 60 feet.
It's 60 feet.
Can he?
Okay.
I'm out of a tower.
Okay,
What's
you
your
mean
window?
healing word?
Heal is 60 feet.
Oh, heal. Sorry.
Yeah, literally the
Yeah,
heal
not-
spell.
No, that's
Yeah, not. Yeah, he's not going to heal. He is going to cast.
okay.
heal.
That's what I didn't understand. All right.
Yeah.
Also, Draken, when you have a chance, apparently the title is still that of the rebroadcast.
Oh,
I don't
really?
know if that.
Oh, hold on. That's easy to fix. Probably just didn't.
My
validate.
friend from last gang to let me know that the title was still the same.
Okay. Just give me a moment. Probably just forgot to validate the change. Okay. Up. This one here. Modify stream information. Go.
All right.
And oh wow, we just went 3,000 episode in the future. I made a mistake. I wrote episode 3,145.
All right.
I probably don't need to change that one, but that's okay. It's not a rerun, and gonna remove the rerun tag. All right.
All right. Well,
If-
audience is gonna try and keep on his turn at least after Jorg is he's gonna try and hold on to him with one arm, and he's gonna try and almost now stab him with the whip to still get the effect from close range.
Okay.
So let me roll. It's my turn again, so I should get another. So let's see if I can hit this. Right, I know that won't hit. Let me roll again. Oh, that might if I add my D10 to that. Well, 37 hit.
It does.
All right, let's go. All right, well, audience will use the banishing part of the whip. So he will have to make it's going to be an intelligence,
Charisma.
save DC of 15 against a banishment spell.
And
I think he's, oh no, I think he's my
Yeah.
own spell DC. So it will actually be a 16.
16. All right. And
Oh, I guess
he-
I'll roll the
And
damage.
you said it's charisma.
No.
Yes.
Yes, charisma. Yes, sorry.
Okay.
Not intelligence.
Yeah,
I
people
know I said-
like
yeah,
trust me. There's
charisma.
probably a number of folks that wish it was
It
intelligence.
was intelligence,
Yeah.
yes. No, it is charisma. It is charisma, which honestly probably is still better here. Maybe. I don't know.
It's not one of his strongest stats, but still, he rolls a 22.
Roll again.
Roll
Silver bar.
again. He rolls a. Hold on. $17.
Damn.
Ugh.
We were close.
Where's cutting
Almost.
words when you need it?
Almost.
Always cutting word. Does anyone have the D10? Does anyone have the thing that D10 can be? I don't think it can reduce.
No.
We can just,
No.
yeah. We
Yeah,
don't have
no.
any way
Cutting
to
words
reduce
is
his roll.
something.
Yeah.
It's a very different specific thing.
Yeah.
And
I should
will
remember
give
what
advantage,
variant he
to-
said, but probably not.
to back to audience.
Okay. He will take 10 damage though. Either way.
Okay. It just feels like you punched a brick wall and tried to use backlash of energy to try and punish him because technically you hit him. Technically you were more using the whip sort of as a cestus than an actual whip, but you know, it's enough to make it work.
And then I will just try and continue to hold on to him so he can't attack me,
Okay.
though, until he tries to break it.
Move.
Move. Oh,
Back.
sure. I will attempt to try and move him away from the dome.
It should be
Does he resist?
free. It should just take double. If you have him grappled, it should
It
just
should
take
just take
double movement.
Double movement.
Yeah.
Okay. I will try and move him.
That's how grapple works.
Okay. I will try. I guess he didn't try and break my grapple previously. I will move him then, because I am flying, so it'll be 30 feet. I will move him back towards Fisher. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, are you up on the wall, though? Oh, I am flying, though.
I'm on the.
But I don't
I'm not on the wall. I'm on the
How,
whatever this thing is.
how tall is that?
It was
Well,
probably something like 15 feet high. 15
Okay, I don't
feet
think I can
high.
do that. I will go
That's
5,
okay.
10, 15. I'll just pull him to the right side of it and kind of try and pin him in the corner over there at B13 right under Remy and hold him there.
Okay. So. Sorry. 5, 10, 15. Because you're trying to pull him back with flying. Alright. You pull him
I'm basically
away.
going to try and fly him for flavor. I'm going to try and fly and slam him up against the wall on the previous. After punching him in the face. My whip.
So, looking at him, it's giving you a really creepy vibe of he's not resisting you, really. He's just... It's like he's trying to play tug-of-war with a dog, with a little puppy. It's that kind of amusement that he has as you're trying to pull him away and push him in the corner. He lets you do it.
Alright, and that will be audience's full turn.
Alright. Which means we go down to 17 with Bremy.
The situation has changed.
Yeah, the most dangerous thing on the planet is right below you.
Actually, a fair question, because I think I've lost track at this point. Am I on the wall or am I
Yes.
on the ground?
No, you're on the wall.
Okay.
So right now you stand roughly 33 feet above him.
Audience says
Yeah.
core pressed up against the wall. In a totally
If you want to jump on the
normal
remains
way.
of the armory, it's 20 feet below you.
I mean, my wings are still out,
Okay.
so honestly, I really wish that Fisher could fly.
So does Fisher, I'm sure.
I can't. Did I prepare? I have prepared, right? I prepared it. I prepared it. I can just with an action.
The problem is that it will be really great if you had your action
Yeah.
to do that.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, Terry can cast fly.
I don't want to bring him out. Stop trying to get me to kill my kid.
Now, why would I want to do that?
Wait, hold on. I forget. Is it an action to open the dimensional storage, or is that just a simple object interaction?
I think we stated it was an action.
Okay.
Yeah. Because he has to place it, and it's sort of like placing a zipper and then slowly pulling it down. Wow, we've got someone who's very insistent on giving us new viewers. 2 message. Alright, sorry, you're banished. Alright. So, Remy.
Because there's a way that we could possibly end this in a turn, but it would be risky.
I mean, I think anything we do is risky.
Mm-hmm.
If you think it's worth the risk, go for it. But
actually, does Core go before or after Fisher?
Before, he's the
he
first
goes
one.
at the start of the initiative. He's the very first.
Yeah, I'm like way down at the bottom of this initiative.
Fisher has 9
Or
initiative.
at the top.
If you open it now, Fisher could technically try and push him in.
It's like the part that I'm afraid of is that because if Core gets a turn, that he has shown abilities to just jump hilarious distances.
Yes.
He does.
Yeah.
Now I will get a hit because I have my reaction for this round, so I can reduce his speed to 0 if I hit. Not easy for me to do, but don't forget
Okay.
Magna, because Magna can also has an action to try and shove, but that still goes. And technically,
Technically, the plan I have in mind doesn't involve anybody having to shove because you're holding him 15 feet in the air.
Drop.
oh, true. I could drop him.
So again, that's the part that I'm afraid of because we could drop him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he would just fall straight in. It's but then it becomes a matter of making sure he stays in.
Yeah.
Well, Audience could also just end his flight and drop with him. The whole point is if Audience is in there with him, he doesn't really have a way to get out if one of you shut the portal.
Can you end it at will, or do you end it as a type of action?
I mean, I could drop with my, I could technically just drop. I don't think I think flight is just, I can fold my wings and do it.
I just don't know if there. I don't have the feature in front of me, and it's homebrewed.
Even if the DM asked for a reaction of me just dropping, I still have my reaction. So.
No, you decided to stay grappled.
Yes, that was from the previous.
Oh
turn
yeah, that's
that I
right.
had
You had your
initiative
turn, so
again.
your actions.
So I have.
All right.
Yeah, that's
So
why
I'm
he's
fine.
at the wall to begin with, and that's why we're in this predicament.
So I have my reaction, so I can just drop with him.
All right, you gotta decide. Technically, you're supposed to only have 6 seconds.
I'm sorry, the situation changed.
That's why I gave you
don't
more
even
time.
pull that card. Anyway,
Go for
it's so Raimi, to be on the safe side, because he doesn't know. The player, also don't know his abilities, cores.
Mhm.
But Raimi is going to take a bonus action to do the disengage action, just in case.
Okay.
He is going to fly to audience, grab his dimensional storage, and then he's going to fly underneath audience and core. So we're going to go with...
Because you've completely memorized everything about audience, I'm not gonna impose anything on looking for the object on him. You probably know better than he does where it is exactly.
Audience is not someone to change the placement of his objects.
If he did, he would not be
I-
able to find them.
I do have to wonder if that would be a situation where Raimi wishes he did, but just sighs every time that the subject comes up because he doesn't understand. But he takes the dimensional storage, flies underneath them, and he takes his action to open it up.
Okay.
Okay.
When it is open, audience will try and use his reaction to simply drop. If you have me use a reaction, or it can be movement, either one you want to choose, to try and drop with core into the dimensional storage.
With him inside. Okay.
Because he didn't break the grapple. So I will try and simply drop from the sky into the dimensional storage.
Well, again, more accurately, he was letting go, but then didn't stop you when you tried to grapple him.
Yes, but
That's
in this
the
case,
important part.
audience is not trying to let go and have him drop. He's trying to stay grappled with him and drop into the dimensional storage with him.
Okay. Okay. Let me see. I think there's nothing here that says that it can't be done. That ability doesn't
The weirdest
apply
application of turd sick I've ever heard.
there. Okay, I don't see anything that prevents, in his abilities, that prevents you from letting yourself just folding back your wings and letting yourself fall.
I guess the real question is, because we've never really opened the storage in this way before, like, how deep is the fall?
Well, here's the thing. You're trying to open it facing up, so it's going to be oriented like this. The thing is, you never took out the huge barrel inside, so there's not a lot of room inside of there. It's going to be pretty cramped. So he's going to fall 15 feet with audience, but maybe just another 3 or 4 feet. I can't guarantee you he's going to be completely inside because the barrel is there.
Oh, maybe not that, though, because, frankly, if a Dragonborn and someone of core size fall onto said barrel, I think that barrel is just broken.
Do you remember what that barrel was? It was the person-sized barrel into which apparently people were shoved to be dissolved. So it's a very large barrel, very thick, very bulky.
Yeah. But how heavy is core?
He's an orc. Roughly the same size as you, audience. Except he doesn't have any equipment at all, so probably somewhere in the cusp of 250, 300 pounds.
Okay.
From
So I
his
will say,
muscle
so
mass.
it's probably still about 1,000 pounds dropping 15 feet. If you want me to make a strength roll to see if we push the barrel out of the way, I would be happy to. Or an
Okay.
athletics roll
Okay.
to see if it gets pushed.
Okay. Go ahead.
I will use my advantage on that. Alright, that's 14.
Oof.
You didn't take into account that there is that moment of cartoonish element. If you pull your wings, you're not just gonna. You go. You're on the barrel. You find yourself falling on it. It goes back a few feet, but it seems to be stuck on something inside. You are with him on the barrel, and
Are we like half in the thing? Half in the
a little
portal?
bit more from your shoulder. Your heads, both of you, are above the threshold to zip it back.
Okay. Audience will use his 6 seconds of speech and just look at Fisher and go, shove us in. And close it.
Well, regardless, that's Raimi's actions.
Okay.
He can't do much beyond that. Yeah, he's used all of his actions, and that will probably have taken all of his movement to get where he needed to position underneath. So,
All right.
uh,
So I'll give you this. As the person playing Core Tarash right now, I am experiencing some very frustrating feelings. As the dungeon master, god damn, I'm so proud of all of you. All right, so next turn. Next one we got Remy. Oh, Nak is the next one.
Okay, if Ornak can shove us in, he'd do it too.
Oh,
Anyone, get us in this fucking portal.
Can he actually?
I
do
mean,
that?
if Ornak has the spell capability, as in like spell slots left, maybe he could. Does he have anything that could destroy the barrel?
Yes, but audience may get hurt from that if he does.
Audience does not care. Do it. Do it!
So you just scream below the barrel?
Yeah. Break this fucking barrel.
Alright.
Actually,
Reluctantly.
Core's under me, so he'll if anyone gets sucked in, it would be Core.
Reluctantly, but because he's there to protect all of you, and you're asking him to not protect you and even injure you.
Do not interrupt his sadomasochistic streak.
He looks at... He takes a moment to peek below. Alright, you're flying, so technically he can be just under you. So we're gonna put you both on the same...
Well, I'm no longer flying. Now we're just half stuck.
No, but the best place for him to be is where Remy is on the map, so... Because he's flying... Oh no, technically he's down now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on the ground. We're like half in this portal.
Okay, well...
Or you said 2/3. Our heads are peeking out this portal.
Yeah. Alright. Well, blow the barrel. Alright, which means it is... where is it? Here it is. Where is the damage? Don't tell me I didn't write down the damage in the description. Oh, here it is. Alright. It's 6... 7... 8... Arunak goes right above all of you. He looks down. He grabs a cone from inside of his foliage. And he says, Audience, if you blow up into pieces, I'll put you back together. And he lets go of the exploding cone.
You can't get mad at me. You asked for it.
No, I will not.
Damn, that's a really low roll. That thing did not fall well inside, but here's the question. Did it fall well enough to dislodge the barrel and give the 1.5 feet you need? So... there's no arguing with that. Alright. The explosion flares up. It throws little pinecone shards everywhere. Audience, make your dexterity saving throw. You gotta beat a 17. No, yeah.
I got a 20. I got a 24.
Alright. Because of how you are placed, it's gonna be very difficult for you to just protect yourself because you're grappled with core. So you might shield him as well if you try to shield yourself.
Audience is fine shielding core. I don't care as long as it hits the barrel. That's the only thing I would not shoot.
Okay. Arunak understood that the goal was to give more space. So he did his best to drop it where he could, just looking down. And he rolled a 19 on that. So the cone just falls, and that's probably why the damage is so low. Because you heard it go... and it blam, explodes completely. The barrel survives the explosion, but it makes it rolls, and it pushes you on the side. Just enough that your heads, your shoulder, slide enough for someone to try and close it all. Because gravity is a little bit different where you are, because your space is like this, looking up, but gravity of your space holds you like this.
Yeah, that's
it's
fine.
Weird.
As long as someone can shut it. We don't need a lot. We just need a couple goddamn inches.
Well, right now,
You just need to go a few more inches deep into the hole.
all right, that's
If it doesn't fit, make it fit.
that's something. That's something you should say in every occasion, but this one works. All right, so that's Arunak. The others aren't well placed, but there is one of you who might actually be able to do this. From atop the wall, you hear this little voice just scream. Probably the best translation would be bonsai. And you see Longshot jump off the ledge. Feet first.
Whee!
Aiming toward... I'm sorry, audience, but you're on top of core. So aiming for you.
Yep, that's fine.
So... from the fall damage of him jumping feet first, then falling 40 feet toward you. Oh man, you're gonna end up with broken ribs and things like this. Well, you all probably already have a broken nose, so...
I think I already have a broken rib as well from being kneed.
Probably two.
You did, but Jorg healed that one.
That's true.
Well, yeah, no, that's right.
Jorg healed the eternal bleeding. I still have broken.
Yeah.
That was the weirdest sensation because you heard it go. Oh, shit!
It's still
Audience
broken.
at the
It's
moment
just
is
not
no longer
puncturing your lung
coughing
anymore.
blood. Yeah, I'm no longer coughing blood.
So you get hit for 18. Yeah, that's it. 18 points of bludgeoning damage as
Alright.
Longshot cannonballs himself onto all of you. Is it enough to push everyone in properly? It hurts. It feels like he rebroke the ribs, the rib that George just healed.
Oh god, that's 4 more ribs broken.
You just took someone who jumped feet first, 40 feet high, directly into you.
Audience gets all the wind knocked out of him for like the second time in 12 seconds, but it's alright.
Oxygen is a privilege. But it's enough. He needed to beat a 12 and he got a 16 on his acrobatic to just BAM! The barrel wobbles and moves just enough so that when he jumps off, you got enough clearance to close it. Fisher, it's your turn.
Close the damn portal, Fisher.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump down and close the portal.
Alright. 15 feet. You jump down. Make a dexterity. Oh, damn, that would be so awful if this is where you miss that roll. Dexterity save to see if you stay on your feet for jumping 15 feet high.
I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna Misty step down.
Okay.
Fair enough. Good call.
Play it safe.
Good call.
Good job.
Good call, guys.
I know it might be sacrilegious to say, but sometimes it's better not to roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you don't want to risk the die.
And you zip this thing. Oh. You have that moment of, oh, he's gonna be so pissed when we open it up again.
He's gonna be so pissed. Audience just lets Core go inside and is like, yep. What's up, buddy?
I'm gonna, after I zip it up, I'm going to hand it to Raimi. I go, you can make that hard to find better than I can.
You can make that hard to find.
Do not, I hope it's clear to you guys, do not open it until after the Exiled is done with his shit.
Yeah,
And maybe not until after he's left.
And I've left, if we're being honest.
Which honestly is probably a bit of something that Remy will not like, because if it's more than 10 minutes, audience is gonna die because he's gonna run out of air.
Audience is willing to make the sacrifice.
Yeah, but it's Remy who has it in his hands.
He literally has audience's life in his hands.
He does.
When did this dimensional storage get heavy?
Man, this is an emotionally heavy rock.
Do I have?
You're looking around and at this weird moment where you managed to avoid something that was supposed to be nearly impossible by using raw wits and A huge gamble. But it works. He's inside. With audience, but he's inside. You want to say that it's done. You want to say that you succeeded.
Ornek's still up on the wall.
Yeah.
I'm gonna... Hey, what's that wizard doing?
Turns around. He seems to be waiting. I think to see what's happening. Maybe we got half a minute before he realized that something's wrong.
Alright, cool. Let us know if he starts moving.
Got it. You have Longshot beside you. Alright, audience is not there. Core is not there. You got Longshot looking at you, Fisher, looking at you, Remy. Okay. So what now? How long can he stay in there?
According to him, as long as it takes. According to the air that he requires in order to breathe, about 10 minutes.
You know that Core can go into a meditative state. He can outlast audience in there.
If anything, that's better, because it'll make it so audience lasts longer, too.
Maybe. So, what do we do now? We just go back on
Fisher
top of the wall
looks
and
over
we
at the
wait?
dome.
Okay.
Is it opaque?
It's a solid
Transparent?
stone. She knew.
Okay.
She knew.
Tasia was making the dome. She was the one.
Okay, yeah.
It's
She should be
it's you would estimate that it's probably a variant of stone wall, made it into a dome, just a bit larger. She knew that if it was an energy dome, it would only provide minimal protection against him. So she made a physical dome.
You know,
I believe the link should... We probably can't talk to audience because that's a separate plane, but the link should still be up with Antasia. So I will tell her. We trapped him in dimensional storage space. How much longer do you need?
I don't know, it's not a exact science. From what I can see, he is on the cusp of succeeding. He seems to be drawing in more and more. He seems to be nearly able to stand up. It's about to happen, but I can't tell you an exact time reference. And she takes a moment. You don't hear her say anything. I can't feel the end of it.
Raimi is going to do one thing.
Yeah.
Because, you know, at this point, it's making absolutely certain that this storage cannot be acquired by somebody for an extended period of time. So he's going to bring back out his familiar.
Okay. He looks at you. He's still angry, but because he didn't get the fish.
And he's going to make a swallow noise and hold out the dimensional storage crystal.
So basically, the only way to get it back is just squeeze the life out of him. So he's gonna go, and you get it to get the crystal go.
Well, actually, because he's currently in owl form, it's like it's actually very easy for them to cough up something.
Yeah.
Like they don't have a pooper.
No, I know.
Or
I
at least
know.
not a.
Anything they can't digest it just forms into a ball and they just regurgitate it. I know. Which honestly probably doesn't give you the best breath, but that's kind of an interesting way of getting rid of everything.
We have them swallow it, and then he's going to touch him and turn him invisible.
When you tell him to swallow it, he just looks at you funny. And you get that sensation inside of you saying, that's not a fish.
Raimi will push forth the thought of fish times 3.
You feel the response. I'm gonna turn off the battle music because we're no longer in battle. You feel
It's a battle of wits.
Yeah. You feel his response. Better be 3 times the fish, or I'm never trusting you again. Your relationship with your familiar hinges on you getting him 3 times the fish next time.
Deal.
All right, he swallows it. It's hard. It's a bit solid for what he's used to. But he manages it barely. And then turn him invisible. Audience inside the barrel.
Yep.
It warm in here?
Audience inside the barrel will, on a serious note, he'll release Core. He has no reason to hold him anymore. And he'll simply say, kind of look up, look around, and be like, well, I have about 10 minutes of oxygen. If you have anything to say to me in that time, well, you have 10 minutes.
You have balls.
Perhaps.
I'm gonna give
I
that
also
to
have
you.
staked. I've staked everything on this. I've not just given up my life. I'll look and you know what I followed, what I dedicated my life to. I renounced it in protecting this creature. This is not simply a matter of me, of just my life on the line. This is everything I've ever stood for. There's no way I would not have been willing in this moment to sacrifice myself to finish the job.
It's commendable. You have dedicated friends.
I do. They will hopefully be able to see the rest through.
And that little tree of yours will most likely find a way to get you back to life. So I know that you don't exactly want to think about this, but it's unavoidable. You're gonna have to start thinking about how you rebuild after.
Yeah. Well, not just rebuild, but destroy what I've created.
And you've created quite a lot. I don't know if you realize, but that little cult of yours has been embezzling a lot of money from you.
I've understood for at least a while now what they extents they have gone to.
They've used the relationships that you've built for them extensively over the last year.
I created a platform. They took advantage. They took the resources I offered and put them to good use. Even if they did it for the wrong cause, I will not say they are not intelligent. I would never say that of my friend. At least I wish she was. She was always the smart one among us two.
Was she the smart one or smarter than you?
Well, I can't judge for others, but I'll say that she seemed at least to be the smartest of the bunch. Or at least my God thought so. That's why he gave her the position that he did.
Yes. Now tell me, can you still summon even a glimpse of magic?
Audience will.
If you try and use 1 point of lay on hands, you'll have your answer.
Yeah. Audience will. He'll kind of laugh and he'll put his hand to his now broken ribs and see if he can use lay on hand.
It works.
Apparently so.
Now, what does that tell you?
It tells me that my power, although not wholly, I don't know if part of it, but definitely not wholly, at least came from the God I've followed my whole life. Otherwise, my rejection of him would leave me powerless, just a simple fighter without these divine abilities.
Yes. Gods can see into the future. The more powerful they are, the further they can see. What does that tell you about what he wanted you to do here today?
That, at least to one, I made the right choice. To the others, I don't know, but one still finds favor in me. Although I don't know who it is.
Make an insight roll for me, please.
Absolutely. That is a 19.
19, that's pretty good. Probably one of the best one you've rolled in a long time.
Yeah.
You see something in Core's demeanor after your last answer, and it troubles you because even him, even though he's technically an immortal, it's not that he can't die, it's that he can't. Time literally has no effect on him, but he can die. He can put himself in a meditative state and he'll last a whole lot longer. But eventually, if no one opens this place, he's gonna die because he's gonna run out of air. He's not a construct.
I guess I should have asked, do you have a way to extend your oxygen? Any items or things? I don't know.
I don't, but your god does. And that's when you sort of have a moment of, oh, god damn it. Your God can see into the future. He asked you to do something. And he hasn't taken back any powers yet. Your God can see one more moment where you're gonna have your chance to kill that thing. Outside. Outside. Fisher, you've been something like 3 or 4 minutes have passed. What did you do? And Remy also. What did you do with those last 4 minutes? To catch you back with audience.
Mm-hmm. Had Core hit the
Yep.
dome
He hit it once. Yep.
He hit it once.
And Remy even asked me, well, Remy didn't ask me anything. Zachary asked me something in because he wanted to know if Remy could evaluate how many more hits that dome could have taken. And it was between 2 and 3 more before it crumbled.
Mm-hmm. I don't have any, looking at my spell list, I don't have any spells that could do that. But could I try fixing or reinforcing the dome?
Directly, no. I don't see how. If you had, I think, shape Earth, you might have been able to maybe do something, but that's really doubtful that you have that spell.
No, I don't.
Stone Shape is not a popular pick.
Yeah.
At least not one that
especially
you usually
not for those
take.
with limited.
Did Jorg randomly take Mold Earth for some reason? Randomly take spells?
No.
No.
You'd need something that can add mass to something that's already there. So if you could stone shape something, you put a large canvas on this place, stone shape it, it's going to turn into stone. You need to be able to mold stone, generate twists, the earth itself, to be able to reform that completely. But I don't think that you or Jorg have any spells that can do that.
I don't know about spells. We still have a lot of dwarves around, right?
Yep.
They're good at rocks.
I'd say that the dwarves would most likely look at you and what exactly are you expecting us to do?
Is there anything you can do to fortify this dome in the short term?
All right. You would be there and you'd probably be somewhere. Hold on. Exiled.
They were able to dig a big hole.
Yeah. I'm looking at what these priests have right now. Because I did create them because they fought you. Guiding bolt. No, they didn't take anything. So it's most likely the priest which didn't come, which either didn't survive or didn't come with them. But to be fair, that happened the previous day, so it might have been them, but they just changed their spell list to favor supporting you during that fight. But currently, no. He just looks at you as, sorry. You should have told us sooner. We would have been we would have been able to prepare something.
It's okay. I don't think any of us were expecting him.
Yeah. Interesting character. You have a lot more friends like this?
He's not my friend.
Ciaraf and Bertrand take the time to rejoin with all of you. I don't know what Jorg wants to do.
He's quite low on spell slots.
You feel he's comfortable where he is inside of the tower?
Yep.
Protected. Alright. Does he at least climb down the tower and just stand there in the front in the doorway to the court, just in case you need him, or does he stay up there?
Nah, he'll come down the tower.
Okay.
He doesn't trust their structural integrity very much anymore.
Every single time something bad happened. All right. So, and Remy, you got 5 minutes to cover.
Well, he does send his familiar to figuratively / literally find some cover in the base.
Well, he's got 2 tents, the rubbles of a armory, and who knows? If your mimic promises to not swallow it, you could hide in there. Because the last shape he took was that of a barrel.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust that.
So, rubble, tent, or mimic?
I would say whichever is the closest they could possibly get to total cover.
Probably the rubbles of the armory, because he's an owl. He can also... There's that element of instinct of being able to watch for what would be a good nesting place. Something slightly hidden. Not too accessible by ground predators. Although where you are right now, ground predators are probably the least of your problems. But, yeah.
Then I would say in which case the rubble. It's
Okay.
trying to serve multiple goals here. It's
And anything else?
So then with that, they can't really cast any spells in the meantime. So I think what he's going to do is it's pretty low odds, but I think Raimi will at least take a look around himself, not only like maybe assessing the current state of things, but then, also on the off chance that somebody has snuck in all the chaos of core bursting in.
Okay.
Low odds, but, it's better to dot your I's and cross your T's. Just...
Yeah, okay, sure. Make a perception roll. Do you do this at ground level, or do you fly up?
I think he will start at the ground and then look a bit higher in case there's anything like around. Okay. I guess in particular, he will search the general area on the ground, but then he might fly up a little bit just to get a view of a further out in case something else is coming. Yeah, I think that's how I'll do it.
Okay. Make your roll.
Because it's pretty easy to sneak around in a place full of rubble, as in hiding among rubble and all that. I'm sorry, did you say perception or investigation?
If you're just flying and sweeping the area with your senses, that's going to be perception. If you want to get down and start digging through some rubbles, pushing them away to see if there's a hole or things like this, that's going to be investigation.
He has no reason to go digging into rubble unless he notices something, so I'll just do perception for now.
All right.
Because I don't imagine we'll have enough time before, say, somebody just starts to decide acting.
Fair assessment.
That is going to be a 28.
28. All right. So, you move as quickly as you can through the camp, trying to figure out if there's something you missed. Maybe someone got in. Maybe, I don't know, there's something inside of you that still has the element of, it can't be that easy. We can't have one, actually. And you just look around and there's that little element in your mind also telling you that if you look well enough, you might be able to find a solution to make it all good and not have to let audience know what it is to die of asphyxia.
Asphyxiation's not fun, kids.
No. Mind you, I never got there, but almost at one point. So
Same.
Also, not to the kids, specifically to the adults. Not all kinks are worth it.
What do you mean? You mean tying up your best friend a little too high isn't okay?
I'm just saying that there are some safer kinks out there than auto asphyxiation.
Yeah, but mom and dad keeps doing it.
Wow. That's a separate issue for that you need to go talk to a licensed professional for, and not us.
Well, have you considered that maybe your parents have made some poor choices? I mean, you're born, right?
So, moving away from issues which should be talked somewhere else than on a live D&D stream.
What are you talking about? D&D is a great time to start hashing out therapy topics.
Yeah, no, everyone needs a way to be able to insert what's necessary to have kids. So with the roll that you made, probably the best thing would be to go to the break and come back after.
Yeah.
I just saw the
before
time.
we get too lost.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. I was about to explain what you see, and then I saw the time. And said, oh, well, yeah, okay. Maybe we should go on the break first. That would be the responsible thing to do. All right. More so you can hear variation. And we'll be back in 15 minutes. Bye. And we're back. Ain't that amazing? We don't need more sounds anymore. All right. So, an odd feeling washes over everyone as they're looking at the battlefield around you. Remy, you look with as much attention as you can inside of the fort, see if there is any breach anywhere, and you know, the wall seems to be okay. So there hasn't been any breaches. You don't see anyone that doesn't seem to fit with all of you. So, all right, that's good. You look outside. You see maybe one or two skeleton, which are still one or two undead, which are still trying to figure how to get inside of this fort, but nothing weird. The protection.
Very, very mimey.
Yeah. Although for undead, it's more of a and slowly he's moving to the side every time he bumps on the barrier. Everything looks fine. And then you notice that Onak is there on the wall and he's squinting, looking toward the mage. You sort of can feel the element that he's hesitating to say anything because he doesn't seem to be able to figure out if what's happening is normal or not. But fortunately, because you saw him, you look in the direction of the mage. And he rolled really bad on his perception roll. You look toward the mage and you feel in his demeanor, in the way he is, frustration, anger. The way he looks at this fort as if it defied him personally. You see him go through all of the little bags he has on him, all of the little pouch. And you see he's
like, where's my scroll of Meteor Swarm?
He's murmuring something. You get the feeling that if Core had been there, you might have all been previewed to what he's rambling about. But you're not. He's just mumbling and he takes out a little object. It's a weird device, a little bit shiny. You're not sure what it is exactly. Looks like some sort of small musical instrument. And he just ding, plays one element of it. And you hear this above your head. You look up and you see this portal, this dimensional portal that just opened. And you see something come out. The first that you see isn't all that bad. It looks like a humanoid, honestly. I have the full description here. But as you are able to see how that thing moves for a brief moment. It's not a normal humanoid. It's not human. It's kind of like looking at a mannequin. A wooden mannequin. Completely wrapped in baggy clothes. It's a very dark color. Sort of like an indigo color. It goes all the way to his neck. His head really looks like the head of a wooden mannequin. The clothes go all the way to his elbows and knees. Below the knees, it looks like the prosthetic legs of athletes. Sort of this slightly strange shape that goes like this to simulate a foot that can actually take... has a little bit of spring when they walk. And from the elbows, instead of having arms with hands, they're scimitars. And another one comes out, and another one, and another one, and another one. And they just start pouring out one after the other. They all jump down and they start gliding. And you see this cloud of these little creatures starting to glide down toward the fourth. Not the fourth. Come on. The fort.
Over the mental connection. Holy shit!
Fireball.
I guess you'd hear instinctively Antasia. Just, what? What's happening?
Just like, pause. Mental image.
Are these are like falling down above us?
Oh yeah, the portal opened.
Is
a
it like
good way
directly over
above.
the fort?
Sorry?
Is it like directly
Directly
above the
above.
fort?
Directly above, maybe a good 150 feet in the air, and they're just dropping from that and gliding down. And they just keep pouring and pouring and pouring. Right now, by the time that Remy says fuck and gives you all a mental image, when you look up, there must be at least 4 dozens of them gliding down.
Are they still coming out?
Oh yeah.
I go, Jorg, bottleneck that, and then I will shoot up a fireball from my wand.
Okay.
Swarm.
All right. Dexterity save.
It's a DC 15.
DC 15. That's a 16.
Dang.
Judging from how they glide and how the fireball moves, and you see them all part ways as the fireball go up, you get the feeling that they're very agile in the air like this.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know how agile they are on the ground, but your fireball still goes off because we're targeting.
It's only 21.
21. Man, couldn't you have done just, I don't know, 5 more points of damage? All right.
Thanks, but I rolled pretty bad.
And what does Jorg do?
I think Jorg will cast another insect plague, like right at the mouth of the portal.
Okay. Mouth of the insect plague.
So that everything going through it takes 4d10 piercing damage for a con save, and everything's it's difficult terrain.
Well,
So
yeah.
everything
Well,
is
now it's
slower
not going to be a very difficult terrain because it's like flying through a swarm of beetle, but remain in duration. When it appears, each creature in it must make a Constitution save. A creature must also make save when it enters the spell area. Okay. How much damage does he do?
19.
4d10 and you only do 19?
Yeah, he rolled a 1, a 3. That's 2 of those.
I'm trying to help
in
you
fairness,
there.
it's not that far from average, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you there.
Just a little under. 4d10 is one of the... It's not very many of a big die. So...
Still, the average was still 22.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do one Constitution save for all of them because they just keep pouring out. So I'm not gonna roll 56 times. I'm just gonna. All right, so that the insect plague seems to have helped. The save has failed. So they take the 19 points of damage. And because of that, you have confirmation, contrary to your fireball, which exploded, and they all got pushed away and kept on going. And you just saw bits of clothes, of their baggy clothes, and you think it's splinters of wood, but they didn't explode, but, half damage. So you know that they at least have 20. You said 11, 22 damage. The fireball.
The fireball was 21 damage.
21. All right. So
Yeah.
you sort of have confirmation that they at least have 10 hit points. But maybe not that much more, judging by how much material just starts falling down. They may not be that resilient, but when there's so much of them pouring out. The insect plague, however, does a little bit more. Since they failed, when they get out, you see them try to jump, and they get torn to shreds by those little insects. And you just see debris, pieces of wood, of cloth just falling. This portal suddenly turns into a fountain of torn cloths and bits of woods as they're just falling. They're falling on the dome and just sliding to the side, moving slightly. So it's sort of over time starting to pile up around. Those who are falling down toward the ground, you see all of the priests looks up and they start just using their spells and trying to prevent them from landing. Do they have anything that would hit a greater range? Don't think. Spirit Guardian doesn't have enough range to be interesting. Alright, what they'll do is most of them will call spiritual weapon and just start sending it as they keep. Does that spell actually can hit? It becomes obvious for you, Fisher. Those things are constructs.
Mm-hmm.
Large amount. But this is where something is weird when you look at this. So many of them. It's a ridiculous amount of resource to deploy right now. It's not easy making a construct. You can't make a construct with level 1 spells. It's elaborate. You have to prepare the material. You have to create the spells and make it permanent. That's even more resources. This is ridiculous. There's something that feels unhinged in what you see. Committing so many resources for that? I don't care. You don't really care when you look at this. The mage has most likely spent more resources right now trying to get to you than what anything getting an exile would give him. I just want to look at one spell. Okay, doesn't say anything about construct. Alright, so they send out spiritual weapons and Toll the Dead as those creature approach. Now, fortunately, there's a good quantity of them. You injured a good number of them, because it's a sphere when it blew up. It's not just a simple disc on the ground. They don't seem to be able to reach down. But as you have this moment of, whew, all right, one crisis averted. Remy, are you still in the air when this happens?
Well, at the very least, further away from the opening, but
Okay.
I will say yes.
All right, then from where you are, you didn't do anything that would ask of me to make you do another perception roll. You just see him fume with anger, and he just starts keep ting 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 ting, and you start seeing those little. The sky starts filling with portals, and they all start jumping off. They can't all be above. The Jorg's insect cloud provides an interesting amount of protection. And immediately Onak joins in and does something similar, I would say. Onak. Actually, no, he just. That's not him who has that. Oh, okay, never mind. And not enough debris. Alright, apparently he throws grenades in the sky. But so many of them appears. And there's this torrent of creature that just starts falling down and swarming around the fort. They all fall, glide, touch ground, and start swarming around. It feels like you're in the middle, in the eye of a storm. And for you, Remy, it's even worse seeing this. It's not just 2 dozen, 3 dozen, it's hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of them. And they are swarming, forming a ring, always smaller, smaller, smaller. They're going to reach the walls of this place very soon. There is something disturbing in the look of the mage. As if he was the more he was using these things, the more he was going completely insane. You get the feeling that he is ready to commit anything, to go to any length to kill that exiled.
Does it seem like the wizard can actually see us from where he's at?
He sees you, but he doesn't he doesn't seem to be reacting in a way that makes you feel like he sees inside the fort. But he sees you because you're flying a little bit above it.
Well, you know what? Let's test that. Raimi is going to turn to the mage, look at him, and then very carefully pull out a bell. And stares.
All right, so you're pulling out the Bell of the Exile.
Yes.
Okay.
And he is looking dead on at the wizard to see if he comprehends what this could mean.
He looks at you for a brief moment, and he sees what you have in his hand, in your hand. Okay. You see him make large gestures, and suddenly the speed of those creatures on the ground starts picking up. They start swarming and turning around with more and more speed. The ring is close to where the fort is, and you start hearing those little blades, those scimitar blades that they have, raking across the sides of the wall. And this is when inside of the wall you realize that is not supposed to make this sound. They are magical in nature. The wards are not gonna hold. It is just a question of time before they erode the walls. But the speed at which they're going, Remy, you see something else happening. There's wind picking up. Make an investigation roll for me, please.
I really hate to waste a natural 20 on... Well, maybe this isn't wasting.
No, I wouldn't say it's wasting. It's wasted because you see something... Oh, man, so bad. They glide. And he's doing this so that wind picks up. And your mind finishes that scenario with a natural 20. It's going to pick up wind. He's making sure that they can glide above the walls. Hundreds upon hundreds of them. He plans on leveling the whole place to the ground within the next few minutes. And that is his answer to your threat.
Well, considering that these constructs will probably still be going at it whether he's alive or dead. Raimi's going to hope for the best, because otherwise we might all be dead at this point.
You still have an option. With a natural 20, I will give you something that comes up to your mind. The dream you had to win you may have to do something that feels counterintuitive. And I'm saying this because technically you know this, but it's been so long that you might have forgotten that right now you have one card because of what you see. And it's there because you made a lot of good decisions so far in this scenario. And it's giving you one card that may allow you to get through this.
This is the weirdest. I don't know if this is what you mean, but Raimi looks toward the bards.
Okay. Okay. I'm always open. If you find something and I did not think about it, go.
Because he's playing a musical instrument. I want to see if the bards can disrupt that. With the battle of the bands.
All right.
Fight!
From inside of here, from inside of the walls, Fisher, for you, you can't see a whole lot outside. And the only thing you can see is what Remy thinks about sending all of you in images. But you hear the walls being torn apart slowly, splinter by splinter, rocks by rocks. The sound is getting so loud. You can start seeing the towers just starts crumbling a little bit. They're losing their integrity. People on the walls seems to be panicking right now. Audience, from inside of from inside this place, you can feel the air is getting thin. You're having difficulty breathing. And you probably have broken ribs because I think you are, even though it's still below 50%. So that rib doesn't help.
No, I am above 50%.
Okay, well, at least there's that. But you probably started breathing shallow. Because it's getting.
I am gonna heal for.
Yeah. Okay.
I might as well do this now. Let me use my remaining 26 points of lay on hands because I might as well.
So you're there inside, and you've gotten to the point of breathing like this. Core seems to be
Meditating.
Confident, but Core says, that's a shame. I really was looking forward to fighting in exile.
Well, I'm sorry, but not. I'll kind of be gasping. I'll kind of say, this isn't the one for you to fight. Not at least on these terms.
Why not?
Well, for one, he hasn't even gained his power yet. I don't think it would be much of a fight.
Oh.
And two...
That would be disappointing.
Yeah. And two, I think you took the wrong contract this time.
I don't know. But that doesn't really matter. If you say that he wasn't at full strength, I would have waited.
What did the what did the wizard tell you when he made the contract?
That he wanted the exile, dead or alive, but preferably alive. The condition was left to me. That is the contract. Once the exile was subdued, I had to give it back to him, and I would have been able to finish my little business with Fisher. It's the first time you've ever heard him say Fisher's name.
And you were getting nothing in return but the duel with Fisher.
It's for honor. I didn't ask for anything. I didn't know Fisher was going to be there. Fighting in exile, but attacking it when it's too weak. There's no honor in that. If he did
what was the wizard's... Did you know the wizard's plan if you failed?
I wouldn't fail. But if you managed to subdue me, well, then I wouldn't have cared. The only thing I would have cared if you would have interrupted, prevented me from attacking the creature, but only once it's at its best. If he dared, I would have done the same thing as with those little thieves that attacked Fisher. I would have killed them myself.
All right. I don't know. Audience has no idea what's happening outside right now.
The only actually, you really don't have any ways to reach out. You're in another dimension. Unless you think you might be able to reach someone from another dimension.
The only person I could think of in this fort who could maybe, besides potentially Terry, but I don't think that would be helpful because I couldn't really communicate with Terry, would be on Tasia, and that's only because I've had her send a message before when I was in a wizard tower, which was kind of an alternate dimensional space because of the trap that was happening. So I would try and message, or I would try and see if I could reach on Tasia. As I was going, I'd be like, I'm going to be fading soon. Tell me. Has the exile woken up? Is everyone okay? I'm going to try and do my best to reach her. If I don't hear a response, I'm not going to do anything.
So how are you going to do this? It's a sending spell?
Basically, I don't have a spell. I'm just going to try and mentally do it.
Okay.
Because I know she is a diviner. Audience has no spell. Audience has nothing. That would actually... He's just going to see. She would be the only person in his head that, like, he could think of he could reach.
Oh, goodness. You left one thing that I may be able to use. Oh, good lord.
Does it make it easier if I pull out Terry?
Do you have a reason to pull out Terry?
Yeah. Because sending can go through planes.
Yep.
Pretty reliably. And he has it prepared.
Always. He's a sorcerer.
Yeah, exactly.
The only other thing we have going for us is audience fucking hates wizards, and he thinks the wizard would maybe try and kill everyone. But I don't...
Because I believe we've done this before, where
I don't think I would.
with the telepathic bond we have going, doing more of a group call through sending with Terry. I would like to send a message to audience. Make a deal with Core that will let him out if he... We're getting swarmed by the wizard's constructs.
All right.
If he fends them off, we'll let him out.
So, with all of this reunited together, Remy, your demands on the bards. Try and disrupt musical magic. Of course, they react. How exactly are you gonna ask them to do that?
It's like, so Raimi is going to minor illusion. It's like what the wizard is doing. Then he's going to minor illusion what they were originally doing not that long ago.
All right. Can bards figure it out? There are 5 of them. He doesn't. You're fortunate. One of them rolled above 10. One.
Jeez.
These aren't the studious bards.
No, they're the party bards.
Yeah. They aren't the music college bards. They're the dropout bards.
One of them figures it out and yells to the other to disrupt musical magic. No, I'm not going to be mean about this. That was a 19. 2 19s. Okay, that's good. I meant by I'm not going to be mean is that I rolled, it fell in a 19, and I rolled the second dice, and it hit the first dice, and it went from 19 to 2. I'm not going to be mean about this. The roll was 19. They start playing, and among the very last few things that you can see as these magical puppets are rising above, and you recognize that they're about to rise above the fort, and you may have to choose between going to your friends and helping them from inside, or staying outside and possibly watch them all die screaming. You have that last little moment of seeing the mage keep hitting his little instrument, and there are no more portals that forms. It seems to have worked to prevent new portals, but not to close those who are already opened. And there are already at least 24 of them just spewing out these little creatures. But you've managed to stop new portal from opening.
You know, that's one problem, but now Raimi needs to think.
Do you want to go down and die with your friend, or stay up and watch them die? Nice choice. Fisher. Uh, because you, out of everyone else, has the most reason to understand that the wizard may have gone too far and that you might be able to have core on your side. You, more than everyone else, knows this because you've lived it. I'll allow it. I'll allow your attempt to communicate with audience using Terry and using ascending spell because it gives you all the necessary reasons to want to try it.
I remember what happened last time someone messed with what Core was doing.
They all died.
Yeah.
The what is happening around you is not helping you in any way because you hear the walls crumbling. All of the towers have crumbled. The walls feels like they're getting paper thin. You see Remy over there and high above looking down, probably with at least a little sense of panic as you start seeing this wave of gliding constructs slowly starting to rise to the level of the walls around you. Terry pushes in and using that psychic bond, audience from inside, you think very hard. You think so very hard to reach Antasia. So hard. Might you be able to say that it feels like a prayer?
I mean, I guess similar in terms of me reaching to my god from before on that level, yes. In the terms of worry and that.
Then make a charisma roll.
I pray for you to give me the digits of a hot chick.
Charisma.
Yep. Because charisma
Nat
is your
one. Hey, the dice is there. Dice doesn't lie.
Oh, wow.
Well,
now here's the really difficult problem. You reach. Sending works, but you do not have the assistance of the garden right now. Sorry, of the garden, which last time they were able to make it so that anyone could talk into the mix. So right now, you can all hear a response. You can all feel that Terry has reached audience, but Terry is the only one who can send the message. What do you want Terry to send?
I know audience doesn't speak Terry. So instead, I will basically have Terry, instead of sending a message, I will essentially have him send a constellation picture.
Which one?
Audience does understand pictures.
Of Core jumping out of a doorway to fight a oncoming horde of vague little things.
Very little things.
I'm trying to keep it simple.
Oh, no.
Starting to get really Greek in here, by the way.
I'm just gonna get a random constellation.
Well, the thing here is that I have to figure out how Terry will do that image because of things he said. So, audience, you receive this image in your mind. This weird image as you're praying, and unfortunately you weren't able to connect the way that I was hoping you would, which would have made this so much easier. But you do get that message in your mind of one star being surrounded by a sea of moving stars, getting closer and closer and closer, and suddenly from that star at the center bursts out a sun.
Okay.
The sun will save us.
Give me one moment. All right.
Because Terry once called people like Kor and sons.
I will be honest. Audience, because I made a roll. Audience does not understand at all, but he does understand the one part of it that he gets from all of this. The one part that he gets is that that was not a star sign of things are all right. That was the only thing he got, because he was like, that's not the message that would have been sent if things are all right.
Okay? You recognize it's a sending spell, so you can answer. Mm-hmm. Now, the thing that you don't know is who's going to get that. If it's Terry, he might not understand, but the group has used techniques before to be able to piggyback off of those. So if that's the case right now, the rest of the group may be able to understand your answer, but there is no way for you to know if that is the case.
Audience is not going to send something back, because what he got from that was that, in his own audience way, is that he did not get that they needed Core, but he got that they needed him. Because of course, in audience's way. By the way, I rolled another nat 1 on and this is why I'm...
That's why that D20 is going in the trash.
Yeah. And audience will think to himself, he'll be like, that's right, I'm the sun. The sun was... I have turned to the sun after rejecting my god. Okay. So in his head, he thinks they need me, but he still doesn't know what to do with Core. So he'll look at Core. He doesn't know they need Core. And he'll look at Core and he'll say, it appears, as he's starting to gasp for air, it appears not everything is as settled as I want to be, whether it be the wizard or something else. My friends, they need me. Tell me, Core, when you fight Fisher, does it need to be to the death, or just where he has proved himself as more than what he was?
If you can prove to me that he is more than that little toy, that he has honor, the way he says it. Really pushing on the word.
Mm-hmm.
I may be forced to rethink. Maybe.
I'll look at Core, and you'll see audience. He's struggling. He knows his friends need him, but he also feels like, in a way, he may be sacrificing Fisher. But he knows that at least Core was right. He would not at least wait until the Exiled was at full strength after what he says. Core is not one to break his honor on that. And so guys will kind of say, then if you promise to at least give him that chance to prove himself to you as he has proven himself to me, I must go. Something has gone wrong. I must go. I must go help my friends. And he will open the portal and step out.
And as you decide this, well, remember you don't have the key. Remy has the key.
Oh, that is true. But I think could I open it?
I've never been able to open it from the inside.
Oh, I thought. Oh,
you never made the change.
I thought
you said you wanted to make the change, but you never made it.
Audience will try and open the portal, and I think people probably fail because unless
you have an answer that you can give everyone. You haven't used that response.
No. I'll say audience will just say he'll go to open the door, nothing will happen. He'll go, all right, let me out.
And that's what you hear outside. All right, let me out. And Remy, you have that moment of, oh shit. Because you know you're familiar.
Remy, where's your fucking cat? Owl. Whatever it is right now.
All right. Remy tells the owl specifically to fly to Fisher. Actually, is he closer to me or to Fisher? I don't actually know.
It's the one that has... well, that's funny. Well, no, he would be closer to Fisher because you said you're flying in the air above everything. So he would have a good 100 feet to be able to reach you while Fisher is 25 feet away.
Okay. Like, telling them to basically squeeze out of their little hole. And then as he flies over, he's going to dismiss them. I never had to make them swallow it out because if he disappears, anything that he swallowed immediately pops out.
All right. So he goes toward Fisher and you dive down toward everyone? Is that it?
It's like he's going to do that simultaneously, basically.
Yeah.
It's like...
As you're diving down, you send the message to your familiar saying, "Go get Fisher!" All right. There is a brief moment where things feel so bad right now. Remy, you dive down toward... how many pictures did you send back to Antasia with the link? How bad does she know things are?
Well, she probably first saw probably the portals, and then probably saw an image of the wizard with the instrument playing it.
Okay.
Then probably a snapshot then of when weapons started coming out. It's like, and and then when there were a lot of weapons coming out, and then probably the last one he sent out was like when things got quicker.
Okay.
Basically just like some updates. Just like, hey, this is what things look like right now.
So things don't look great.
No.
So things are looking worse. Yeah, we're all gonna fucking die. Little comment posts under the image.
That's kind of what they can probably see right now. Everyone is abandoning the walls because the walls are getting paper thin, and it's all gonna crumble in a few moments. You see that dome rising. Remy, you go down. Antasia inside has brief. You can feel that she's. Ah! Damn it! She lets go of one thing she was concentrating on, and she needs to see. You see the dome starting to crumble and fall to the ground. She has to let go of the dome because she needs to see outside. So as everyone is leaving, as you're diving, as that little owl is jumping, going toward Fisher, and suddenly being dismissed, and Fisher, you see this little gem just boom, 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 boom. You recognize immediately the gem. It's the gem to open the storage. Audience gave his blessing. You see everyone getting off the walls. The walls themselves are starting to crumble. You start seeing cracks and debris falling. You see them all just about to go over the walls and start pouring inside, and you see the dome fracturing, falling into pieces as you see Antasia raising her hands and casting one last spell with everything she has, and it seems to take almost everything she has left. And there's a last bit of reprieve as you feel this pressure of air moving up and pushing outward. Remy, you have just enough time to get in, and the pressure of air is keeping those creatures out, but there's so many of them. You see the dome starting to slip, and the pressure outward is not enough. They're slowly collapsing that bubble she just created. Fisher, you have the crystal in your hand as you hear one Tobiashi go, and he didn't manage to get off the walls. He just got eviscerated into orange jelly as he was trying to get out of the tower.
Predicting that, and hoping that Core is going to come steaming out of here, and then assuming he will, after hopefully dealing with this, come for me again, I will quickly shut Terry back in his box and then open the storage.
You open the storage, and audience, I think I'm gonna make you do a Constitution save because you've been in there for so long. Let's see if you just stumble out, if you fall unconscious as the wall opens.
Sure. That's a 21.
21, okay. You don't fall unconscious, but it is a breath of fresh air. As it opens, it just fills the space, and you have that moment of... you just realize just how stale the air was in here.
Mm-hmm. Audience will stagger out, weapon drawn, looking for why they might have needed him.
And your preview to that element of the rock dome is gone. Antasia is concentrating, holding something up. You see this cloud of of mannequin in baggy clothes just gliding over. You realize as you're looking outward, the walls have all but disappeared. They're crumbling into little pieces. You hear one of the dwarves just scream as he gets shredded into pieces. You see everyone trying to move toward the center slowly and progressively. The moment of, I'm here! Fuck! What do you want me to do?
The sun is here! Oh shit! What the fuck is the sun gonna do? Audience, you know what? Just for thematics. Audience doesn't know, but he's like, maybe they meant this. He's gonna pop out and he's gonna use a 3rd level spell to cast Daylight, because maybe that's what they meant. I'll find out one. Since I did roll 2 nat 1s in a row.
Well, you cast Daylight and you give one last hope to everyone as they see light, hope emerge.
I just want our desk to be really graphically lighted, guys. The lighting's just off, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Another Tobiyashi gets shredded to pieces, and one of the dwarves didn't manage to make it off the towers. Everyone is starting to regroup toward the center, and the walls are crumbling. And you see Kor looking at all of this, and he looks at the exile, who is kneeling in the middle of this, still concentrating. He looks up. He takes a small device, like a stone. What exactly do you think you're doing? You hear the response, not from inside of that little device, from outside. It booms outward, so powerful, so easy to understand that you feel it might actually be directly inside of your mind that you're hearing this. And I just lost my train of thoughts.
It's so loud in your head.
Yeah. It just pulverizes my own thinking. Right. He screams, "You failed! I will pick up where you dropped everything. I will get the pieces of this entity."
Yeah, I fucking hate wizards, man.
Kor calmly answers, "Stop, or I will dismember you." You hear him scream out, "How? Not even you can get through those creatures." And just to make my point, I will destroy you as well. Remy, you're the last one to get in, just as this negative pressure managed to push enough there, you see the wizard take out a book. It just seems to appear from everywhere. It's the last thing you see as this is closing. And the little creature completely engulfs everything. And the only light there is inside of there is Audience's daylight spell. Oddly enough, it allows you to see. But it is the last thing you saw. He takes out a book and it just seems to materialize out of nowhere. All of your orbs ring at that exact moment. All of them. Remy, Fisher, Longshot, Jorg, Sierraf, Bertrand, all of your orb rings at the same time.
Hello, this is the about to be dead audience.
You don't even have time to say anything. You take out the orb and an image of a book appears in front of your eyes. Remy, you're the only one to recognize this. It's the book that the wizard had in his hands. And you hear priority target detected. Dangerous world ending dangerous object detected. Retrieve. All contract have been rescinded. This is a priority contract.
World-ending object, huh?
And then Doctor Strange appears in a portal.
No. Even better. You hear Core say, "Mind if I take that contract?" As he says that, you hear the last thing that contract says. Retrieve or destroy object. Retrieve as in get it back to the garden.
Okay.
And he throws up his hands like, I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, he can take the contract. I'm not stopping him.
Fisher, do you have something to say against that?
No. It's like, yeah, go for it.
He looks up. Well, I needed something to get out. At that moment, you don't know where it came from. But Remy, you look into your mind and you sort of have the... Wait a minute, didn't I see something? And there is this blast, this compression that opens a small opening. Through all of that, it sounds like lightning bursting a small hole through the top of the dome of those creatures. You just see them go. And Kor says, "Well, ask and you shall have it." And he jumps. And it's a straight jump. You know, you have one of those things, wow, it's, it just goes.
Like one of those toys that's just like the half rubber sphere that just goes boom and flies across the room.
Yeah. The last thing you can see is that hole closing and a burst of light outside. That burst of light, you saw it once before. Only one adventurer in the entire garden has an object which can do this. Audience, because you have a vested interest in this, I would allow
Yeah.
you to make an intelligence roll. I know it's not your best stat, but
No.
try and
Well, it was
unless you remember who.
it's my master, right? Can his object do it? Or am I?
The last place you saw this was when he
This'll-
used all of his
Yeah,
resource to push back a Dracolich.
Yeah, Tasul. I was gonna say Tasul can. I know Tasul can do it.
And he has changed his Blade Master sphere from fire to wind, and their main attack is lightning.
Tasul, my goat.
He was trying to get there. He did understand the call for help, but he was very far away. You see core disappear and the dome close, and slowly it closes and closes, and everything gets shredded to pieces. The walls crumbles. The tents are what's left of them turn into little bitsy pieces of everything that they were made of. Slowly, the wave closes in. You're not sure that whatever core is doing is enough.
I'm
It's still closing
gonna check
in.
the orbs that just rang.
That was the contract on the book.
No, I know. I'm still looking at them. What color are they?
Oh,
And this is audience. When things for you turn the worst, you look at the orb. For a brief moment, you see it go from red to completely dark. There is a surge of power that completely overwhelmed the orb. There is a stillness in the air all around you that falls. It feels like time is just suspended. You look around. You realize you can move at a normal speed. But all of your friends seem to be frozen, staring up. Everything becomes blurry, except for one path leading backward toward the exile. You notice that the exile has started to get up, but he's not completely up yet. You understand now the nature of this attunement. He was drawing everything in, and right now, his defenses are sealing in. You hear the
Do
voice.
I hear any voices or? Okay, I do hear.
You hear the voice of your God say, "Now, save your friends." Core can't help you. The wizard does not control them. He wants it dead. If you do this, you save everyone. Make an insight roll, please.
I did make a wisdom save also to see
Okay.
if I rolled a 26 though, so
Okay.
audience,
Okay.
was pretty good on that one. I will also give you an insight, though. That is a 16.
Okay. That's interesting that you made a wisdom save. It, for some reason, it does allow you to push back something, and it reduces the DC of the second roll. Because your mind, and it's the first time you feel it, that pressure, as if you were able to push off a heavy blanket. The way that your God said this, as if he got the perfect moment. You've heard people do this when they're trying to push you into doing something, and fate just gives them the perfect way to push you into doing what they want. Because it seems like you don't have a choice, and it fills them with so much revolting pleasure.
Audience will take out his. He'll take out his sword and, looking to this weight that seems to have lifted, seeing how this god seems to revile, or in this decision, of him having to choose between his friends or the exile that he had sworn to protect, to follow through on this is his only option. He'll say, once, more than once, perhaps my whole life, I would have heeded you now, thinking that there is no other choice, that what you speak is true, that the only way to save those I love and care for is to take matters into my own hands, to be the one in control, to take a life to save theirs. But it is from them that I have learned differently. It is from their strength, their lessons, my mistakes in our adventuring, to where I not only have had to learn to rely on them, to trust them, to love them, to know that it is friends who will find you a way out, to know that it is not always upon me to take into my own hands others' destinies, to control them. That fate will find a way, that they have chosen to be here, that they have chosen to stand, to perhaps even to die for this exiled's life, and to take that choice from them would be a far greater crime than anything others might do. And now I see you for who you truly are, to find your joy in these decisions, to find your joy in the control of controlling one's fate, the joy in watching the manipulation of those fall while others may stand, and controlling all the strings, controlling the one who decides the fates, decides all, to feel that in the end, you are the one who gets to make the final decision. Not today. Today I have sworn a better path. Today, even if I fall, I have sworn to have trust in my friends, to protect those in a different path, to have faith, and to only do my utmost, but to never take the choices of others, to never control their fates, never be the one that pulls the strings against their very burdens. Today, I reject you. Today, I reject your teachings and who you are. I will destroy what I have created. I have destroyed what you have made me built, and in the end, I am coming for you. And then I will cut with my sword the emblem from my neck of that of the dragon, and I will shatter it upon the ground with the tip of my blade.
Okay. I didn't expect you to go this far.
Oh, yeah.
I thought I'd be able to tease you a bit more with this, but with such an outward expression of it. When you do this, you see 3 modes of energy that appears in front of you. One feels like the sun. One feels like it's different. You've never... The image that comes to your mind, you've never seen it before, but you know the symbology of it. It's when the 2 moons are full at the same time and on top of one another. They represent the all-seeing eye of Augater. The one that can see through darkness, through illusion. But many gods have also used this symbol for gods of truth, for gods of dispassionate search for knowledge, and for redemptor gods. You have that mode of energy that appears, and you have the one that feels like the end of all things.
Yeah, we're not going to choose that one, guys. I'm not trying to end the campaign.
What?
You feel like by reaching them, they may turn into a shield, because you feel a wind of raw rage blowing toward you with strength that you've never witnessed before, in your mind at least.
Well, this moment, the choice is simple. Even though audience now recognizes the twin moon for what it is, a redemptor god, and one that he certainly would connect to, through every moment of this campaign, audience, whenever this choice has been presented, has only ever reached for one symbol. And it has been the same symbol every single time. And in this moment, audience will choose no different. The one he swore to protect, the one who he has spoken to, the one he known has watched for someone he cares deeply for, the one who has proven to himself through her actions as one of the greatest lights he has ever seen. He will again, and perhaps for the final time, although he hopes for many times more, reach for the sun that he has reached for through every other moment.
You reach out for the sun and you grab it, and it turns into a shield. You feel the rage, the energy just pour and hits the shield with such force that it just gets, once again, you get the wind knocked out of you. As the shield hits your body and you're, but you feel it, but this time, you recognize it. The image of your god in your mind, the moon coiled with the scales of a dragon, shatters in your mind. And you feel what is behind it. You feel the same rage that you've incurred once in the past when an entity asked you, "How do you know my name?"
Oh shit.
It suddenly becomes clear in your mind. That is the wrath of a god, of a vengeful god. You the very first time that your God saw you was in the past when you decided to betray him. And he has been planning his revenge for 1,000 years. Forced you into creating something that would turn the life of your friends into hells. Every time you invoked the divine smite, it was his name that you spoke. You just didn't know it. That is why he understood you. And that is why he kept giving you his powers all along. Because he knew it was the first time you met him, you betrayed him.
My bad, guys.
The shield absorbs its rage, and you go back to reality. You do not have the shield in front of you, but your hands are here, and you hear the exiled, calm, say, I will take care of those creatures. Tobiashi once told you that they can exert incredible power. You hear Antasia just yell, "Hit the floor!" As you feel the entire energy just go inside of his body, and it bursts out with so much power. It pushes back all of those little creatures. They blow up in ribbons. The ground itself is torn apart as you feel this torrent of energy pouring out an inch above your head. If you didn't duck, well, you get blown away with it. So the only question is, did you listen to Antasia when she said hit the floor?
Yeah, I'm not an idiot.
Fisher?
Alright, well, don't answer that, but I'm not an idiot in this sense.
Your rolls
Well,
say you
Only
are,
because
but...
you literally leaned down and punched the ground, but it still worked.
And Remy?
Like he was on the floor the second she said the first word. Like he's heard enough conversations to know what that's supposed to mean.
Mm-hmm.
The mixture of her own power trying to exert force and the crater itself help to protect you as the power just hits and goes back up, making it so that you have this little space of protection, but you've never felt so much energy, so much power being pushed out. There are waves and ripples of energy that just hits the ground and tears it apart. Now you understand what Tobiashi meant by it was the most frightening thing he had ever seen when his master tore through an army. That is just that creature standing. He's not even fighting. He just exists right now. When everything dies down, you look around and you realize there's no fort anymore. It's just level. There's nothing left. Those creatures tore it apart entirely and completely. Those the debris of those creatures falling, well, they've been pushed so far away that they're falling on you, but you can see the scratch mark on the ground. They were 20 feet away from you. You look toward the mage. Then you see Kor arriving with a book in his hands. He's walking to Sewell lands. Longshot is shaking like this. Everyone looks at everyone. Longshot is the first one that says anything. If no one says anything, did we did it?
Yeah.
Still have both arms attached.
When you say this, he sort of has a quick reaction of, oh, okay, never mind. Yes. Oh, that's right. And he looks around. Oh, Tobia, she's going to be mad about this. There's only 3 of them left. I need to get drunk.
Wow.
And Tassia. Well, let's not do that again for, I don't know, let's say the next 100 years.
Sounds good.
Ha ha.
To Sewell also slowly walks. I'm sorry I arrived this late. I couldn't find where you were. It is the dome of those little creatures that allowed me to see you from a distance. I hope that my intervention was not too late.
I think it came just in time.
Ah, good. Timing is better than luck, and sometimes more remembered than heroics. You hear and you see Kor arriving. Kor has a book in his hand. Well, that looks like something interesting. Too bad they didn't want anyone to have it. Well, that's too bad. And he looks toward you, Fisher. I guess I'm gonna have to get that back to the garden. But you'll wait here. He starts walking
You
away.
need me to.
He starts walking away. You just hear him say, "A contract is a contract. Gotta finish this one before I start having fun." See you in the future, little toy soldier. He doesn't have an orb
Sure.
anymore. He has to walk to the closest portal. The exiled looks at all of you. You helped me. You did not have to. You chose to help me. I saw darkness. I saw those willing to kill. in order to satisfy their selfish desires. I saw the light. Those willing to protect. Those willing to sacrifice. Those willing to place themselves in front of danger. When he says this, audience, your nose starts itching really bad. I saw the best, and I saw the worst. One of you told me that people like you could choose to do the worst. But you have showed me that some choose to do the best, no matter the cost. There is much I need to think about. I can hear the call of my kins. I must go. I can feel others arriving. Others with greater means than those you pushed back. But if there is anything you wish to ask me, now would be the time to ask.
Shit.
I think Zach has to go.
No.
Oh.
No.
I'm making a joke.
Okay. My bad. I got it. I didn't actually read the second part. For some reason, only the first part popped up initially. My bad. All right. Never mind.
Although,
It's the end of the event. No, I'm not gonna push this for another half hour.
I mean, it does pose the question the folks that are able to ask questions.
Mm-hmm.
Audience is not emotionally right now in a state to ask questions. I will be completely honest with you guys. This is up to you two.
I think Fisher's in a similar. I think he does go shit, and then can't come up with it.
There was so much I wanted to ask him. Only 5 minutes would have left. All right, so Remy, you see audience looking like he wants to cry. Fisher has a small panicking moment in his mind. Ah, shit, I didn't expect to have... Okay, so, well, Remy, you're the only one who has a clear mind.
Mind you, his feathers are ruffled, but...
Anything you would like to ask an exiled? An actual one?
I guess really all the Kenku ways of doing this. So what's the job?
For me or for you?
holds up 2 talons. Oh wait, no, sorry. You said me or you?
For me or for you?
Oh, sorry. He holds up 1 first talon.
Okay.
I was like, I flipped that around.
Now, I have to find a way to atone for what I did. But you have all given me a chance to do it. That I will never forget.
So, what are you in for?
Do you really want to know the answer to that question? There's a brief moment where your mind goes to Isalna.
It's like, never mind.
You can. It's rolls. It's wisdom rolls to withstand the pressure of what he is going to directly convey to your mind.
Like, not looking to break Raimi today.
Okay.
I do not have the confidence to make a series of wisdom saves.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, Terry knows the entire story.
Mm-hmm.
Well, isn't he a special being?
Well, you know, he's an incredibly powerful psychic worm, so he was the best prepared
Quite
among.
bean-shaped anymore. He's a little longer now.
Yeah, he's no longer a 1-inch worm. He's a 4.5-inch worm. Almost 5. And you get a feeling that he's really proud of that. And he's really looking forward to the day he's going to be 5-inch long. Very well then. If that is all, then I will leave you to your own. I have a feeling we will meet again one day.
We are... World is... You probably already know. But under assault, as you might say. We might have need of you in the future. Is there a way we could call on you?
I do not know. I do not know enough of your world, of your customs, to make sure that there is a reliable way. But if your world needs me to be there, then I will be there. And yes, you're right. Something is trying to get in. I can feel it. It is injured. It is frightened. It is desperate. And if it finds its way inside of your world, it will consume it. Or draw the end of your world. Both
Do you know how to stop it?
possibilities. Sorry, I didn't hear what you said.
Do you know how to stop it?
Not yet. I will need to find the others of my kind. I will need to learn what they know of this. Is there anything else? You're muted.
What's your name, mister?
I don't think that your languages can properly translate them. But so long as you have an idea which cannot be changed, something unique to me, which nothing can alter, that is an appropriate name for me. You know that the master of Tobiashi was called the Silver Thread Exile because the writing on his sleeves had this silvery shine. That's what he means by that. It has to be something, and I'm really talking to you specifically, Remy, for that. It has to be something which cannot change, which has meaning. So something that identifies him and that cannot suddenly change one day. You wouldn't be able to call him captain because if he goes up a rank, then his name doesn't mean anything anymore. So basically that's what he's saying. It needs to be something that identifies him but cannot alter through time. Tobiashi sort of explained it to you, so that's why you would know that this is their custom. This is a name he would recognize and accept.
In which case, I mean, what would actually be the most striking feature now that he's...
I mean, it's a bit hard because you've never met the others, but as far as you can tell, Tobiashi has told you that one has blue highlights, one has red reflection on his clothes, on his cloth. His would be the trims, the extremities of what would be his sleeves. They all have this hazel colored fade in, as in it fades as it goes toward the elbow and becomes more and more intense as it goes toward the wrist. Yeah. You can't be sure about the height because you've never met the others. You've never heard the voice of the others, so difficult to say if there's something about the voice that would be different.
Maybe because unfortunately
I know.
Because
Come up
Raimi
with a name.
Raimi cannot come up with names. It's like but I guess maybe he would point at the sleeves at the very least.
He looks at his sleeves. I'm not sure what you mean.
The gradient.
The color. What is it called in your language?
You said it kind of changed, though, right? Or
No, it's
is it like a?
He said it was a hazel color that got more intense as it
yeah,
they got closer
very
to the wrist.
intense toward the wrist,
Okay.
and it slowly fades out as it goes toward the elbow. But it hasn't changed since you saw him the first time.
Okay. Hazel, hazelnut, hazelwood.
Well, Remy, you'd probably have a problem with the wood or not part, but hazel, yeah, maybe hazel.
Hazel
I don't
sleeve.
know, sleeves. Well, yeah, hazel could work also. They probably with the description that he just gave you, you get the feeling that some of them may have more than one name, so long as it identifies them.
Like Raimi will borrow Fisher's voice and just say Hazel, then cut short.
Very well then. Hazel. If I hear someone calling me that, I will know that they mean me. Travel
And now he has him saying it, so it'll be a lot easier later.
Well, he did say the word hazel several times, so you at least have something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just like it's more just making sure that he had the chance to say it, so that he doesn't have to use somebody else's voice.
Very well. Hazel will be my name. If I hear it, I will know someone is calling out to me. I must go, otherwise you will have to face much more powerful enemies than the ones you've just faced. Travel well, my friends. He turns around and he starts walking away. Antasia looks at
just sits down on the ground.
Antasia looks at all of you, says, well, technically you arrived before I could call in my favor, but I think that was a little bit much and you didn't need to stay. So let's call it even for that favor, at least. Audience, I'm still waiting for the components.
Audience,
I'm not expecting to have it right now. I'm just reminding you.
audience will kind of nod. He'll be like, I'll get them to you.
She leans forward, looks at you in the eyes. says, try not to go through this completely alone. Maybe not all of your friends can help you, but it's better to go through things like this, knowing that some people are at least willing to try and understand, more than actually understanding. If not, well, remember, you actually have now the voice of someone who genuinely cares about you.
I think at this point, audience would start crying. I think audience would he would start crying, and you'd see him just kind of sit down, almost as if he didn't have the strength to stand anymore, and you just see deep sobs into his hands as he just sits on the ground and starts fully bawling.
Antasia doesn't really react to this, but mostly because she saw it swelling up, so she's not caught off guard by it. She gives you a really warm and long hug. She tells you, you're not alone. If you ever need anything, me and my sister may not always see eye to eye, but we both consider you a friend.
Audience will hug her, give her a kind of a squeeze back in acknowledgement, but he can't really talk right now.
Mm-hmm. She gives you a small kiss on the cheek. She fully stands up. She says, do me a favor. Tell my sister I kicked ass today.
Audience, still crying, will kind of nod.
So did that mix crying and having a brief moment of
Iman Raimi is over here, and he's never going to be able to shake the image of audience crying. So, that's fun.
Well,
great day for everybody.
Absolutely. All right. Take care of all of you. I get the feeling that you have even worse coming. She gives you one last look, audience, and says, especially you. Take care of yourself. And if I'm not mistaken, your mind keeps wandering towards someone that you'd like. No, not that you'd like. That you'd wish they would call you just a few hours earlier. And your mind just goes, oh, that's right. Sachet is supposed to call you tonight. Yay!
She is supposed to call me tonight.
It's been a long couple days.
Yeah. Because I out of game did not remember that. I completely lost too many other things. But yes.
Well, that's one of the things that could have happened if you'd managed that prayer. She was supposed to call you tonight, but but she could have been pushed by her god to reach out to you a few hours earlier. But with a natural
Nope.
one, no.
Double nat ones, baby.
Yeah.
I just couldn't wait to call you. So there's just so much to talk about.
I was really reaching. I saw the second nat one. Okay, I don't want the campaign to just end because I rolled 2 nat ones, but I have to really make this like play into these numbers. That audience has no fucking idea what's going on.
I mean, look, and this is taken from somebody with life experience. It's like sometimes even the shitty things still kind of work out in your favor in the end.
Yeah. No, I mean that's why audience is like, listen. He understands things are going wrong, but he's just gonna think they mean him as the son instead of Core at all. There's zero connection about needing Core.
So with this, Santasia leaves. And you're left with your friends, Magna, who can't help but to come near you and give you a push, sort of just letting you know that she's there and, you've all been through a lot. Well, she's been through a lot for the past year, but you've just been through a lot. And Ahunak. Ahunak literally comes in front of you and sits down, which is a bit weird because his legs feel all rooty.
Don't bend like that.
Yeah, there's sort of a weird element in your mind in the image that would just... Okay, that's a weird image, but... Okay. He leans in, looks at you. All 3 eyes looks watching you, blinking. You know that's the reason why I'm here, to take care of all of you. And that doesn't just mean healing you.
Audience will kind of give him a pat on the knee. He sits down in front of Doze, but he's still crying.
He doesn't push it.
He's obviously just not able to fully control his emotion or control his actions. Or he appreciates every sentiment being given.
Just in case it helps, you sort of recognize the kind of spell that Jorg would cast with Druidcraft. He lets out a pleasant spruce smell in the air.
Already sitting on the ground, Fisher just shuffles over a little bit just to give you something to lean on. We did good today.
Mm-hmm. Audience will take a couple deep breaths. He'll go. He'll kind of look up at you, and you see his eyes are not the normal gleam of victory that he would normally feel in this position, but very, very hollow, almost like not broken, but very, very hollow. Look at you, and he'll say, "It's all." As he kind of goes through problems, he'll go, "It's all my fault. Everything. It's not, but my God, at my village, my family, every life I've ever touched, tainted because of something I did. Even your lives. I'm so sorry." And I'll look at both you, Remy, Jorg, if he's nearby. "I'm so sorry." And then I'll go back to crying.
Put a hand on your shoulder. Hey, look at me.
Oh, look it.
You gotta keep that ego in check, my man. Not all about you.
It's not all about me. I know that. They're friends, but the god I've always worshipped, he was the god in the dark, the one waiting when we went,
The eyes of
we
the
went
abyss.
the eyes of the abyss, the one when we were waiting back in time. He knew me then. He knew my betrayal. He had been plotting his revenge for 1,000 years, and he knew who my friends were. He knew where I'd be, what family I would have. Who even knows if the whole village, if any of this would exist if I had not done to him then what I did.
Remy, there's probably a moment there where you feel like, oh man, I'm also a bit to blame. The priests that adopted this religion after our audience left, they asked you so many questions about what you did, when you did it, where you did it, and you always thought that you weren't giving too much away, but you realize that every single thing you said was most likely recorded and 1,000 years later used.
Raimi, just that thought processing. Pulls out his dagger that he keeps inside of his mouth. Like, I'm gonna cut a bitch.
All the death, though, audience. It's like thousands now, thousands of dead because of my mistake of what I created, what I helped build up to what it is today. Not just the religion, but even before that. All those lives on my hands.
None of that's on your hands.
Like, Raimi gives the so motion. And then just with the other hand anyway, and maybe it sheepishly points at himself.
Not you two. Stop it. Both of you. Stop it. God, that is more powerful than we have previously known, has had 1,000 years to manipulate the two of you to get into getting you to do what it wanted. And yet, we're still here trying to fight against it.
Raimi nods and then holds up the dagger again, repeats, I'm gonna cut a bitch.
I really wish we could. I mean, we can try. We'll try. It's probably going to be a little more complicated than that, but
Just let me have this.
sorry. Yes, Remy. We'll cut a bit.
He's not invulnerable, audience will say, kind of stopping for... It's not... I mean, he himself may be, but not his hold, not his power, not the influence he has over this world. That can be touched, that can be affected. But we may not be able to touch him. We can, if we do things right, perhaps cut off his influence, his connection to this world, or at least make it so weak that he barely has any hold or can see anything on what this world is.
That is possible.
And to a god, that
lot
would
of,
be.
Yeah, after all, a lot of people didn't know about this god when you started mentioning it. So there's a chance that although you were a self-fulfilling prophecy, you might actually have been the one who awakened him from thousands and thousands of years of slumber, because he had no religion left. It means that it is possible, exactly what you said.
We will see what we can do. We will, or I will try and remove. I will start with my church I've built here, and go from there. I do not
actually. Sorry. Rainey shakes his head, and actually, because I know for a fact you've said this phrase before, it's like he'll say in your voice, "We'll see what we can do."
You're right. And with that removed, we'll see how far we can remove the influence we've created. It won't be easy. It will take time. Time we may not even have now, but I assume, from what audience has related to assume, I assume the dragon I have always most likely at least an avatar of his.
Yeah, the one that you saw walking inside of your village. It can be two things. It could be an avatar, but it could also be a weaker god. Weaker gods will sometimes accept paying tribute to someone by taking part of their portfolio and living off of that. So the god of murder receives something every time you kill someone, but it is also the god of deception, the god of treachery, because all of these things leads to murder. But he has all of this in his portfolio. But there can be a god of treachery, which means when someone does a treacherous thing, he receives energy, but he in turn himself will have to give a little bit of energy to the greater god above him, who also has the elements that he has in him. So it can be that. But there's a third possibility, and if it is that, it could also be interesting because it would give you a chance to hurt him. It could be something similar to a saint, given shape in draconic form, and so a direct connection to his power. If you manage to kill that, he will feel it. Not tremendously, it will not shake the foundation of his power, but he will feel that loss of power. Not significant enough to kill it, to weaken it severely, but enough for him to feel it.
Yeah. No audience knows. I mean, yes. The goal is to cut his connection off, to almost send him back to sleep where we found him. Can't actually. But.
And doing all of that while trying to save the world from another entity who feels a lot more powerful than yours.
Yep.
So much
But you
fun.
see, that's why you start with the smaller one, and then you work your way up to the bigger.
Luckily, it has been shown that they're kind of working together, so we can a little bit fight two birds with one stone.
Most likely, especially now that you can see more of how it works, most likely, one is taking advantage of the other.
Yeah.
Because he is above it in the ladder of godly powers.
Yeah. I mean, this helps confirm for me that both my religion and the hunter god are kind of just puppets of whatever this higher entity is. But
They both are wearing the bondage collars.
Hmm.
All right. With the exiled gone, you can stay here in the middle of all of these rubbles and take a little bit of time. Or I'm pretty sure that Syrah wouldn't mind, and you can port back to the garden where you would be in the safest place possible in the world, surrounded by people who have already shown are willing to come at your aid simply because you asked.
well, also very close to the pool still. Because we
Yeah,
are
Oh,
fairly close to the.
yeah. About. Well, if Remy has enough energy to summon the magical horses, a few hours away. If not, a day away of walk.
I just don't know if the is audience now as he comes a bit. Did our mimic friend make it, or did he get torn apart in the hail of bugs?
Let's see.
Was he able to make it to the dome, or did he not realize what happened? Stayed in his corner and got torn apart.
Or what if he mimicked into a box that looked really secure as we were being closed in, just like, huh?
Well, from
Maybe I
the
should
fact
go
that,
in there.
every other bit of material was destroyed around us, I don't think that would have saved him.
Well, no. The joke being that because he keeps trying to transform into something that will look appealing. If there's suddenly a box next to us that looks like a very sturdy box or a cage, it's like.
So
Mhm.
you're
That's
looking
more the
around,
joke.
trying to figure out where he might be, and your attention is drawn to this dwarf who just keeps saying, "Oh, I really need to sit down. I think I'm gonna go over there. That rocks looks really comfortable."
No.
And it does. The shape of it, the top portion, it feels like it's perfect to fit the shape of the butt of a dwarf.
It's even vaguely chair shaped.
I was gonna say though, I don't think it can travel with our orbs because it's not part of our party.
But as an object, you can just put it inside of your dimensional storage,
That is
and
true.
it will travel with you.
That's true. All right, audience will go and kind of go. All right, sorry for the delay. We are now heading to the and just kind of give the dwarf a shake of his head, and then be like, and then he'll unzip his dimensional storage and go. All right, get in. We're gonna TP out.
You have a brief moment where you see the rock. It lasts just long enough for you to wonder if you're actually talking to an actual rock, and then you see that. Okay. We did it! We survived! Good job, everyone.
All right, and then
It's a shame. It's a shame that all those weapons kind of like destroyed everything in sight because would have been at least fun to loot the place before we left.
Well, yeah. I guess one thing audience would have wanted to do, but I'm not going to take the time, is if the purple worm bodies were still there, he would want to go.
Poison.
What?
Give me that purple worm poison.
No, not the poison. I care a lot more about the gems that they get.
They
Because
would
I
have
have
been
a little dragon friend that deserves gems.
they would have been damaged because of all of the slashes, but they probably wouldn't have been destroyed. But you have that moment of, damn it! If they're here, they're scattered all over the place. and you'd need someone able to cast locate object 52 times in order to get them all.
Damn.
Or you can leave Remy here and tell him that he can only come home once he's found all of them.
I don't think I do that. But audience would cast one locate object with his remaining second spot.
Okay. You have to have in mind a type of gem. What are you looking for? Which one?
I would go into my mind. What's your favorite type of gem?
Oh, that's an interesting.
Sounds like a loaded question.
Something that has inherent magic into it. I feel like it's a bit of a classic, but a large amethyst. I feel like that, it can take energy as well. So if you find a good enough one, you can probably just take it to that little friend of yours, the machine friend that is an expert of crystal. You could probably just ask him to cut it better and give it magical properties.
All right. Audience will locate object on the nicest amethyst he can find in this area, or try to.
I rolled a 19, so yeah. There are some interesting one, and since you're just using magic to locate it, it locates something nearly identical to what you have in your mind. There are a few scrapes on it, but with a 19 being just one off from a natural 20, it's actually in a pretty good condition and a decent size. Maybe the length of the palm of your hand.
All right. Audience will pick it up, and he'll say, Remy, before we go, if you want to mark this location on your map, there are probably gems scattered all over here if you ever want to return. Just for your information.
Maybe he clicks his tongue. It's like, because now he's thinking about all the gems. But he's also tired.
Your mind goes to, oh yeah, purple worms. You're a poacher as well, so yeah, there's a lot of gems probably scattered all over the place that I can't see right now because I just want to go to sleep. Yep.
It's like just looking out as he is marking it onto a map, just saying to nobody out in the air, mark my words.
All right, you have a place for a private gem expedition.
And then I assume TP out, just a wrap.
All right.
Toilet paper out.
TP out.
So
Tragic.
you call Sierra. She is happy to see that you're all alive because for a brief moment, audience, your vital signs were fading.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Audience will go, I hope they get my helm back to the garden at some point. And then we'll take that again.
And of course she accepts. You've been through something very hard and impressive. They're very eager to hear everything you have to say about what happened here. Because interesting knowledge. And
All right.
you're allowed to go back into the garden.
With that,
Allowed.
Happy to do a full
And with that-
debrief tomorrow.
till debrief tomorrow, because I have to run to the bathroom because I've been holding it for quite a time. And
Okay. So, I was wondering, if you want, I can tell you right now, or I can write them in the Discord. Everything that you did that had a positive effect on the chain of event. Because some of them may not have been clear. That you actually did something there and it actually made it so that it became easier later. Or because if you'd made too many mistakes, as you can see, it would have been a very horrible end. But you did enough good things that when you couldn't do anything anymore, there was enough piled up success that you were able to coast all the way to the end.
I would say tonight, but it's also very late and I have work tomorrow.
Okay.
So,
All right. Well, if you want, I can talk about this next session if you want to know. But I can also just say it in a Discord.
yeah, I think that'll work.
But if you're interested, I would very much like it if you at least said something once the whole thing is done, just so that I know that I did not write this and no one read it. All right. So, feeling better?
yeah,
All right. So we just agreed that I would, on the Discord, tell you the elements that you did that helped you, either immediately or further down the event, because I know that some of them weren't obvious. That was actually a very good idea, and because as you can see, if you made too many mistakes, the end would have been really bad. And if you'd made only mistakes with that wall of creature closing in, it would have been the same thing as disintegration. You would have been turned into ground meat so fine. That would have been it. So at the very least, you know that every decision you took was enough to get you through and even compensate for a few mistakes. Like I said, everyone's tired tonight, so I will share it in the Discord. All right. Or unless some of our viewers ask, because I know that there's about 20 every week. If you want it in the stream, just say something and chat. Say something on X. I do watch them at least once a week. All right.
Oh, don't call it X. Don't give him that power.
Well, that's because some people are starting to wonder what you're talking about when you say Twitter. Not the majority of people, but some people actually are. What? Oh, okay.
And then just make them wonder.
Leave them behind.
All right.
If they don't know, then they're too young to be watching this stream anyway.
true.
Well, I can't say anything against that.
I'm just saying it only happened really a few years ago.
I know. It's true that a lot of people that I meet where I work are young. Alright, so with this, thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for watching. Hope you had a pleasant whatever part of the day it is, wherever you are in the world. Hope you found exactly what you were looking for. I will probably try and remove Jorg's picture for the next session, because if he's not coming back, it's a bit awkward just having him there. Maybe for a few episodes we'll be using the battle map, because 3 players is a bit odd on the roleplay things, and I may try to build something with that. I don't know. We have 2.
We just need a picture for Oranak just to put there.
Ornak
That's
or
Oranak
Terry.
is
Terry.
Or Terry, yeah. Terry is technically the member. Well, they're both members of our party, I guess. I think.
Terry wrapped around a tree, man.
Terry wrapped around a tree, man. Yeah, just add them both. You could throw them on top of a snow leopard and then just throw in all of our NPCs. A little cat.
And then put a cat on top of
Yeah,
it.
a little cat.
Well, I was thinking about asking the person who drew the new logo, but I'm not sure he's good enough to make all 3 inside of a single picture. We'll see. I'll at least propose to him either Terry or Ornak. I'll see which one he wants to do. I have a feeling he'll choose Terry, because he's a bit into the eldritch creature, so we'll see. Alright, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I hope you had a pleasant whatever it was you were looking for, and I hope you found it. Hope to see you again next week, Wednesday if you're watching the live, Friday if you're watching the rebroadcast, and in between, if you want, map making with me, and world building. And that's it. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. Thank you for being here. And as always, stay safe and stay healthy. Good night.
Good night.
Hey.
Alright.